Hello, welcome to Let's Talk with me, your host, Irene Solo. Today I'm a bit excited, actually. Let me just tell you the truth. I am excited. You know why? I'm going to talk about something that I value so much. I like talking about love, but today it's totally different from a different perspective. So I'm so keen and interested in knowing more. So join me as I welcome my beloved friend, sister, and an amazing soul, Chris Ledon. So just be excited and wait to be inspired and encouraged. What a day! Ah, what a day! Welcome. Tell me, how are you?
Oh, Irene, I've never heard such a warm and loving intro ever. Thank you so much. I feel so welcome and I'm so grateful to be here with you today. You're such a love.
Thank you so much. You're such an amazing soul. I am not just saying that because I'm saying it. From the first day I spoke to you, I'm like, okay. I should have known her years back because man, you're a beautiful soul. Sometimes you don't know how to describe somebody like, what a beautiful soul. Do we have people like that here on earth? So you are one, eh?
I, all right, I have to
So
stop you there for
please,
just a moment.
today I just want to talk to you more because you talk about picture love from the day yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. There might be a little delay and I didn't mean to
You
interrupt
wanted to
you.
say something?
Yes, I just wanted to respond to you because
No, it's okay.
we don't see beauty in other people that we're not possessing. So I think of that as a mirror. So your compliment to me, I appreciate, but that's resonance about the beautiful soul that you are as well. So I just wanted to return that little bit of love.
I told you just had she has already started throwing in some nuggets. Woo! I'm excited. I'm excited. So please, I want us to know more about who is Chris. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit of a bio of who is Chris because we need to know. Okay, we're talking about Chris. So who is Chris? Who is Chris Ledon? And why all of a sudden we are talking about Chris Ledon? Because sometimes we don't really know who we have. These quiet, silent voices are the greatest voices that you can ever have. Okay, so Chris is a wife. Chris is a mom. If you're there, you wish to be the daughter or the son. You wish for her to be your mom. Trust me. She's a former educator. Man, I can imagine your students. She's a former educator who has worked in the memory preservation industry since 2002. Come on, let us have a flashback. Chris launched Reminiscence by Chris Ledon, LLC, in 2018. You better start counting. If you don't have something, put your fingers in front of you, start counting 2018 till now. Okay. She loves to rediscover special moments for her clients, share stories that inspire and enriched life, living and highlight the love in everyday experience. Forgive me about that, but that is amazing. Imagine somebody who just shares a story about something and you're like, okay, how did I didn't see that, I didn't see that coming, but she will make you understand why life the life that you live today is beautiful. Her services create opportunities for clients to benefit from strengthened relationships through the joy of reminiscence. From the time I spoke to Chris, she made me go back and start thinking about me. So that's the kind of person she is. So we are still continuing. Together, we picture love better. It's true. When Chris speaks to you, you will go back and look at your photos and try and think about what happened and why they happened. She makes you literally have this joy of going back the memory lane. Listen to her podcast on Picture Love and learn how to curate evidence of lives well lived. Trust me, I encourage you to listen to her podcast. She's on Spotify, Amazon, and every outlet you can get. Go listen to her, because this is a different angle of love altogether. Most of the time we just say, love, love. No, no, try and look at it in a totally different perspective. So Chris, please allow me to let you in, because I'm talking too much. I know I am overly excited, more than you are even. So Chris, please tell us more. Who is Chris Ledon? In fact, please, before you say anything, I love your name.
Oh,
Wow, Chris Ledon. Come on, okay, let's leave that one. Why? The name is beautiful. The name itself is, have you ever seen the mosaics? The mosaics, they put things together, and after that, you look at it, the beauty that emanates from it. Man, your name, Chris Ledon. Let's leave that one for another day. Please tell us more. Who's Chris Ledon?
I feel so loved and hugged right now. Thank you. Well, my last name, Ladon, is my married name. And a quick little funny story. So my husband, his last name is Ladon. And when I married him, I was very happy to take that name. And on a family vacation to Italy, because the Ladons are all Italian, even though the name has French roots, I was walking into a restaurant. I was the first one in the family in. And so I tell the waiter, okay, party of 7 for Le Donne. And he starts cracking up because Ladon means the woman. So my name means Chris the woman. So it's pretty, anyway. But just to
Okay, I like
respond,
that. I like that.
isn't that silly? It's
Okay.
funny, and yes, I like to find unexpected laughter in the days and the stories that we share. I think those are bonding opportunities, which comes back to the mission of like strengthening relationships through reminiscing, is because when you share a special moment or a special story, and hopefully it's captured in a picture, you make a new moment while sharing it with somebody else. And so that's where one of the ways I love to strengthen relationships is through the reminiscing and the sharing of stories. And coming back to your beautiful introduction about love, I think that we find many different ways to express love, whether it's in our cooking or in our music, in our prayers, in our words, and photos are one of the ways that I love to express love. It sounded like I
That's
interrupted
interesting.
you.
You actually just gave me a different perspective. No, no, no. You actually just gave me a totally different perspective, that we express love differently. I think that's one thing that many of us have not learned. We are stereotyped. We human beings, we are stereotyped. We are more like, this is it. This is how love is, and this is how love should be, and we want it to be that way. We are not ready to embrace change. So when you told me about love through pictures, I was quite interested, because I'm like, I am a serious advocate for love, man. I love the story of love.
Yes.
So I was like, I want to know more. So we have different ways to express love, if only we can embrace that. Wow. So tell me something. Why are you still an educator?
I left teaching per se. So no, you
Okay.
can't call me a teacher, but my work, you can't take the teacher out of me. I left the classroom, but the work I do with my clients, I'm constantly learning from my jobs, and I'm always trying to educate and empower people to enjoy their photos in ways that they're not worried about losing them, or they're not frustrated by the clutter, and that they're using. So you can't take the teacher out of me, even though I left the public school classrooms.
In fact, let me tell you all just now. Let me just report this. She already just showed me the teacher side of her. She already just corrected me here and there. Let's leave that one. She's a
Corrected.
teacher. You cannot trust me. No, no, trust me. I'm just telling you. Don't tell her that I said this. She's so, she there was a place I did not put something. I won't tell you what it is. And then she
Oh,
was like, you need, or we need to put something somewhere. So, but anyway, let's pretend that she did not hear what I said.
oh, you're
So
funny.
tell me something, Chris. Why did you leave the education sector and join the whole idea of picture love? Why did you want to preserve memory through pictures? I'm interested in knowing that. Literally, that thing has been in my heart. I'm like, okay, why did she decide to preserve memory? Why picture love? Talk to me.
Okay. So I'm going to rewind just a little bit and just say,
Yeah,
a lot of the ways
yeah.
that we grow up with our beliefs and the way we express love in our lives is the way we're taught as children or the way we're brought up or influenced. And I went into music
Yes.
education because I love
Mm-hmm,
music.
mm-hmm.
I am tons of musicians and artists in my family, and I love children. And I wasn't really
Oh.
sure as a high schooler what I wanted to do with my life career wise. So I was
Mm-hmm.
instructed to go to college and be a
Okay.
music teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And and I did it because I was a good girl who did what she was told. And I was in public education, public
Okay.
music for 13 years. And during that time, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about people. I learned a lot about what I do and what I don't like. I learned that I love music with children, but I don't love working for people. I don't love being in a system where I don't get to decide my curriculum and follow my heart.
Okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
after getting married to my husband, I was invited to an event to take photos and put them in an album. And I fell in love with it.
Okay.
And it became a fast hobby of mine. I just fell in love with retelling stories through pictures on pages. And when education got,
Mm-hmm.
it was not aligned for me anymore, Irene. I was doing things that were not benefiting me. They were not benefiting my students. I was following all the rules and I just was so frustrated. And when I
Mm-hmm.
realized that my
Mm-hmm.
husband was living with somebody who was getting angrier and angrier, and on Sunday nights, I was a
Yeah.
ball of stress, I knew it was time to get out. I knew it was time
Mm-hmm.
for a change. And I had to let go of the worry of
Mm-hmm.
disappointing my family for leaving education because my parents supported me in
Mm-hmm.
getting that education that I value very
Mm-hmm.
much. But when I started following my heart, that's when I started to
Mm-hmm.
discover other ways to use my gifts and my creative abilities
Yeah.
um, where
Mm.
I feel like I'm making a bigger impact. So it's pretty
You
deep.
are. You are. Yeah, you are. The first day I spoke to you, when you were speaking about the picture love, something dawned on me. My dad died years back. I was young. I was like less than 10 when he passed. But
Mm,
he was not the kind of person that took a lot of pictures.
mhm.
Are you getting it? So at the end of the day, I have to explain to my kids who my dad was because I rarely see his pictures. It's either one or two. So it's even when I talk to my kids, I barely can remember who he was. And these pictures, they actually capture the moments because normally we take pictures. Maybe you are taking a walk, maybe you
Yeah,
are out swimming, maybe you're in a party, and then these pictures tell a story about who you are. So
it's
when
true.
these pictures are not there, somehow it's like you've robbed us of knowing who you are and some of the things that you loved. So it's like you are gone with everything that you are. So,
Yeah.
when you spoke about the picture love, I was like, man, love comes in different forms. Love
Yes.
comes in different ways, but we need to learn to embrace it. We need to learn to appreciate it because, especially, I'll give you an example from African culture, we are stereotyped, very much stereotyped. This is what I was told. This is what is love. This is how I should do it. And that's how we do it. If
Hmm.
anybody comes with anything that is different, we are quick to defend ourselves because we do not want that wall that we have built to be disturbed. We don't want to see
Hmm.
that wall crumble down. So when you spoke about love in picture form, I was interested because my husband passed away some years back. My mom also passed on. But their memories are alive to me because of
Yeah.
the pictures. I keep on putting some pictures. Sometimes I miss my mom. I put the pictures. I'll be like, I remember these days. I remember. And my mom loved taking pictures. So I will remember, I will look at that. I'll be like, she was a beautiful lady. Things like that. So
Yes.
I think
Yes.
I'll really encourage people to take this seriously because people don't understand when somebody is gone and you don't even, somebody don't have to tell you a lot about them, but you can know about people, a lot about people just by looking at the pictures. So
This is
you
true.
are right. You are very right. So tell me something. How does your company actually, the Chris company Reminiscence by Chris Ledon?
Yes.
First of all, why did you
Yes.
call it Reminiscence? Why did you call it that?
Um,
I'm
I
sorry.
know
I'm
it's
gonna
hard to
you
spell. I
making me ask. I'm
wi-
interested. Why? Why did you call it
oh, I
Reminiscence?
love that. I love answering these questions. Reminiscence is just really about bringing it back to why. Why do we care about protecting these pictures? Because when they're out of sight, out of mind, they don't benefit anybody. And really, what are they for? They are to stay connected to things that are valuable to us. They're to stay connected to our traditions, to our heritage. I love celebrating traditions and yet being open to new ones. And so the reminiscence was the only word that it just, I think the name chose me, quite honestly, because it came to me after praying and really crying over a company that disbanded that I was working with before that. And I woke up
Yeah.
after a really good cry, and the name came to me, and I thought, yes, because it it just expresses the heartfelt remembrance. And I couldn't name the podcast Reminiscence because nobody can spell it. So Picture Love is an interpretation of the name Reminiscence. Yeah, yeah. I love that question.
I was thinking of reminiscence when I was thinking about it. I'm like, reminiscence. When you're thinking about something, meditating on something, you are continuously turning it around in your head, in your mind, in your heart, and I'm like, this
Yeah.
man, how did she come up with this name? I'm like, this is beautiful because anytime you sit down and continuously think about something, you see a different side of that thing.
Yes.
The more you look at it, the more you see a different side of it. The more
Yes.
you focus, the deeper you understand it better. So when I saw that, I'm like, you actually, I'm not lying to you. You made me go back to my pictures. I
Hmm.
literally went back. Of late, I've just been very good at looking at my pictures, and then I'm like, man, okay, what happened here? What happened here? And it encourages me, and it has a way of making me understand that I may have failed today, but yesterday I got up. So if I got up yesterday, it means I can get up today, and tomorrow will be better.
I love your optimism.
So
And
yeah.
just so you know, I
Mm-hmm.
gave the word failure a new definition. Failure is
Mm-hmm.
information. It's
Wow.
information, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's
Because
true. It's
yeah,
true. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. And if you don't mind me saying,
So,
my husband's mother passed when he was 4 years old. So I never got to know my mother-in-law, and our children never got to know their grandmother. I mean, my father-in-law remarried. You know, he had a beautiful, beautiful life. We lost him last year. And so my children and I did not know my husband's mom. And we have, I could count the number of pictures I have of her on one hand. But the storytelling or the naming or the just seeing the image makes us feel connected to her, even though we didn't have the relationship with her. And my husband, being 4, he doesn't really remember much about her firsthand. So those pictures are priceless, and they're kind of like an energetic attachment. It's like a root that we know it's there even if we didn't really get to climb the tree. Does that make sense? You know?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's really
100%.
important.
I get it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, when you're talking, I'm just thinking of, have you seen most of the kids who are born, probably the parents died when they were young, that what can keep them going, or even when you lose a loved one, what can keep you going is continuously, I always like to say celebrate the life, but how do you celebrate the life? So you see this picture, love, reminiscing about them and sitting down and just thinking, especially the positive things about
Yeah.
them, it really makes you know that I'm not alone. You know, there are people who have gone ahead of me. I know one day I will go, but they paved the path, and it also helps you to learn from some of the mistakes they made, so you don't
Yeah.
have to make the same mistakes. It also makes you to learn some of their strong points, because you look at it, you're told, oh, so and so probably graduated here, or so and so did this, and all that is in the pictures or in the
Yes.
storytelling that they tell you about that person. So, to be sincere, you are doing a great job. I wish you understood, because this thing, from the day I spoke to you, it impacted me so much. And then another thing that just added to it all is you talk about the picture, love, and then you have these amazing smile. I'm like, man, she just smiles. She just smiles and talks about
Mm.
so about you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, she understands the whole idea of pictures, and she portrays it every step of the way. And it really brings out the love, and it brings out the memory. It makes somebody realize that having something to remember somebody with is beautiful. It is
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes. It is.
So
And
I
you know
really
what's so
appreciate that about you.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, the other thing about the reminiscing and the picturing love is that when we reflect back at a later date, we've learned new lessons, we're in a new place in our lives, and we get to feel connected again and find similarities. And I love to find, like my
Yes.
grandmother, like I was very blessed as a
Mm.
young child. I had both sets of my grandparents. I'm very grateful that I have childhood memories with both my mom's parents and my dad's parents. I know that is special. I know I honor it. But I really grew up thinking that I kill plants. And now I know that's not true because I've proven I can grow a garden. And it makes me feel close to my
Yeah.
grandmother again, who was a master gardener, because
Mm.
I'm doing something that makes me feel close to her. And so pictures have ways of, like, I could look back at pictures she sent me when I was at college. She would
Yes.
write these beautiful notes and send them to me. She was the only family member who mailed me handwritten letters, and I loved them. And she'd always tuck in a picture of something she grew in her garden. And I thought to myself, oh wow, that's amazing. I feel like I'm at her house right now, and I'd look at these pictures, and And will my kids care about the pictures of her tulips? No, because, you know, there's just, it's not her face. She's not in them. But to me, when I see
Mm,
tulips, it makes me
mm,
feel her in my heart right there. So that's where pictures can be beautiful tools. And we don't necessarily have to keep all of them
mm.
forever. They have seasons. But then the ones that keep us connected to the
Yes.
who, the people, those are the keepers that I really try to focus
Mm,
on sharing and
mm.
protecting and using digital formats to make sure that they get passed on, you know, so that when I'm not around anymore, my kids still have access to their family roots. And so that's something I'm pretty passionate about too.
You know, you actually answered me what exactly inspires you to enrich people's lives, because I wanted to ask that, and actually you've just answered that in the process of you talking.
I
So,
guess I
how
did.
does reminiscing with clients relationships?
So with my
Yes.
client,
So, how does reminiscing with clients strengthen relationships, or how does reminiscing with family members or friends strengthen relationships? How does it do that?
you know, we did a little bit of that in this conversation when you were um, sharing about your dad and your mom and your husband and what those photos meant to you. Um,
Mm,
if you wanted to pick it up and show me, I would feel even more connected.
mhm,
Oops, my desk is moving. Excuse me. Um, I would feel even more connected. But I'm just going to demonstrate. Okay. So here's a picture of a little girl with her little fuzzy
okay,
dog.
okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. That's
Yes.
me.
Mm-hmm.
And by sharing a picture of, and you could see, I grew up in the
That's you.
70s. You see the little chair cushion?
Yeah.
They had those funny, there we go. Little chair cushion. That's a classic 70s upholstery. Um,
Yes.
this picture is a
Beautiful.
photo.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I put it on my desk because I think it's important to celebrate pictures of yourself and to love on your own inner child too. And then by sharing that with you, it gives you an image in your mind of the story I can tell you now. And it will probably trigger
Mm-hmm.
a story that of your own that hopefully you feel like sharing with me. But we make a connection with each other and we strengthen a
Mm-hmm.
new friendship in the reminiscing, in the storytelling, in the preserving the love. And that dog, her name was Peaches, and she was a gift to my family on my first birthday. And we had Peaches until I left for
Mm-hmm.
college. So I can literally say I grew up with this dog, and my younger sister is 5.5 years younger than me. So I
Mm,
literally spent more of my childhood with this dog than I did with siblings. But this dog was the one who would, you know, keep me
yeah.
comfortable when the storms were like terrifying me as a kid, you know, or when I wanted to play with friends and nobody was around and this dog let me dress her up in doll clothes,
Mm,
or when my sister was annoying the heck out of
mm,
me, but the dog slept on my bed.
yeah.
And so reminiscing over the love, the unconditional love that my
Mm,
dog modeled to me as a little child is something that I'm sharing with you because I imagine
mm,
that you can identify with that kind of unconditional love in a part of your life. That was an invitation in case you wanted to
mm,
relate.
mm,
But to answer your question
mm,
is I'm
mm.
opening up my heart. I crack my heart wide
You know,
open
actually,
to share, to let you
mm,
in, to let you in.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I'm listening.
mm-hmm. You know, Chris, I had a dog. I called her Lily,
Really?
and Lily was such an amazing dog. She was the age of my son. She passed on last year.
Mm.
So you should have seen the way I related to Lily, because when my husband passed on,
Mm.
it's like Lily understood my pain. That she literally, everybody didn't understand, but Lily came without talking much. She just came and lied next to me.
Yes. They
You know,
feel it.
the day that Lily had to go, you should have seen. I cried. Literally,
Oh, yes.
I mourned my Lily.
Yes.
And my kids, my kids grew up with Lily. So much so that when they were saying Lily is too old, that Lily has to be put to rest, it was not an easy. We couldn't
Mm-mm.
let it go. But the love that we had for Lily, because Lily's presence brought so much love and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
peace, and Lily had this thing of making you feel cared for, you know.
Yes.
Lily will not
Yes.
judge. So at the end, I realized I loved my Lily. In fact, I don't even like to call Lily dog, because I love my Lily.
Right.
I love my Lily
Right.
so much that
Yes.
I still think of Lily. When I see any dog anywhere, I'll just, oh, I think of Lily. Somebody even asked me the
Yes.
other day, "Do you want to get another dog?" I said, "No, no, no, no. Nobody will replace Lily." So I understand. I have her
Yes.
pictures, and every time I think of her, I go back and look at the pictures. And Lily had a
Yes.
habit that anytime I'm taking photos, selfies, she will jump in. So
Oh, I
Lily is
love
always
that.
there.
I love that. She was a photo bomber. That's so cute. I love
So
it.
yeah. So
Yeah. I,
when you spoke about this, I'm just like, wow, wow, wow.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what can listeners expect to learn from your
Oh.
podcast? Because now I'm like, guys, you have to go and listen to Chris. In fact, they have to. So what should they expect to
so,
listen?
so,
What will they get from you? Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Above all, love. The title Picture Love has two meanings. Yes, it's about photos, it's about pictures. And I tried to give some practical tips on, common complaints about people who might be dealing with photo clutter, or maybe they inherited boxes of old photos from family members, that it's not junk, but it doesn't look like the treasures that it really is. So I do try to offer some help on the practical end of that. It's not in every episode, it is sprinkled throughout. We are in the first season. So
Mm-hmm.
there's about, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
33 episodes so far as we're recording this. But I also have interviews with people who I feel like picture love in their
Mm-hmm.
lives, and they have just inspiring stories. Whether it's somebody who is a breathwork facilitator, or a
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
musician, or a therapist, or just somebody who's really, really inspiring and
Yeah.
showing up to passionately serve others, and in their own way they're picturing love, the metaphor. They're making mindful choices to show up their very best in the world, so that by loving themselves first, so that they have a full cup to serve other people. And so you will
Fast.
definitely
Yes.
leave there encouraged, inspired.
Yes.
And this week I tried something new that I needed for me. And so I'm offering it to my audience. And it was a visualization exercise. Just to give an example, because I'll be offering more of these as well. None of my episodes are more than like 45 minutes. Usually they're, under 30.
Okay.
But this particular visualization was inspired by me wanting so much to help somebody I love who is not willing to receive my help. And so the visualization
Mm-hmm.
exercise is me picturing love for them,
Okay.
and it gives me relief. And I really believe that when you're loving on somebody, whether you're in the room with them or
Yeah.
not, they benefit. So that is the long answer to your question. But picture love is definitely double meaning. It's about being the love with intention that we are, as well as honoring the love in our pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So that I hope that nobody
Wow,
listens
you
without being
actually.
inspired.
Mm. No, I am inspired. Thinking about, I'm thinking about being kind. That is picturing love.
Yes, 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 absolutely.
Giving somebody a hand, being a shoulder to cry on. That's picturing love. You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm just
You picture love
giving
in your
out,
program.
speaking positively, praying for somebody.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You see,
Yes.
things like that. So at the end,
Even a bus
taking care,
driver can,
even cleaning, cooking for people.
yes, all of that. All of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's about intention and
So you
being
see,
fully present.
the narrative, mm, the narrative that love is just, I hear people saying love is not enough. No, love is enough. You need to know the foundation of love, then love will be enough. Because we live our life based on love. And man, when you love people, life is beautiful.
Yes.
Man, this thing is eating me up. Love
Love
is
is
beautiful.
the
God
air.
is love.
It's like air.
Yes,
You
yes.
can't live without love.
Without it.
You can't.
Hmm, I love that.
It's not living.
I love that. I don't know what more can I say. She has said it all. So sincerely, please follow her. I know our time is up, but man, I would love to talk to Chris till the day is gone. Literally, I can sit down and listen to you because love is beautiful. Love is beautiful. Man, I love you. I really do. And I
I love you.
appreciate you so much. You are a beautiful soul. You don't pretend, you show it. You anyway, God will explain better for you because I really don't know how to explain, but you are a beautiful soul. From the time I met you, your words, your actions, they portray love. And I pray
Thank
that
you.
God will just be your strength, your anchor, not only you, your family, that as you go out and show love and tell people more about love, this love will come back to you in more than double portion so that it can continuously overflow. I always like to tell people you can never give what you don't have. Man, you have love and you are ready to
Mm.
give it out. And I feel it just by talking to you. I feel it and I am happy that I spoke to you. So, what are your last words? Because we have to go now. What are your last
I
words to
mean,
everyone who's listening? Yeah.
just just thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for showing up and thank yourself for showing up because you know, you are love. You are love. Just please remember. Just always remember.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. I see Sumera said something. Sumera Harris, greetings. And Chris just said, you are love. You
You
are
are
worth
love.
it. You are cared about. So
So
that
beautiful.
Sumera is from Pakistan. Thank you so much for joining us and thank you for writing something. I know some of you are listening to us, but you're not saying
Right.
anything. Sumera, thank you. You are love. Go out there and show that love. And we are here. I'm feeling the love. As Chris is talking to me, I'm feeling the love. And I hope you're feeling it too. Chris, thank you so much. I'll come back and tell you more about how we have practiced this love that you are talking about.
Thank you.
The greatest of all love is the love from God
Yes. I want to hear
Himself.
more.
So let us embrace God and let us, yes. Sumera says powerful words and she says, praise the Lord. Thank you, Sumera. Thank you very much. Chris, you're a blessing. Thank you. My daughter
Thank
always
you.
does this
And
to me. So I
likewise,
always
Irene.
wonder what is this. Now you're doing it. You see?
Oh, that's so cute. Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we have to leave it here. Chris, thank you. I hope to have you again. Thank you so much. I was encouraged. Trust me, I love to hear about love, and I love to know that I am not just talking. It is real. You can live your life showing love, picturing love, giving it. Love is beautiful. Try and practice it. You will be surprised. You can change your neighborhood. You can change the life of people around you. Love is amazing. You don't have to be perfect. Just do the best you can. You don't know how many other people needed what you're doing at that particular time. Hence, I always say that you're meant to be authentic and not flawless. Or rather, you're meant to be real and not perfect. I love you all. Thank you so much. And God bless. See you on Tuesday. On Let's Talk. Follow me on podcast, YouTube, Apple, and every avenue. You will find us. Facebook. Just follow us, and God will bless you greatly. You are the best. Always remember that. Love you.